There are 26 million homes in the UK. Around 180,000 new homes are built every year. To meet the national target of carbon emission reductions by 2050, the construction industry must make all new houses carbon neutral by 2016. However, new housing accounts for only 3% of the housing stock. Almost all of the present stock of 26 million homes will still be occupied in the year 2050, and most are highly inefficient. The existing stock must make a greater contribution to carbon reduction, and where better to demonstrate the challenges we face than at the bottom end by looking at pre-1919 terraced houses. To dismiss these properties and assume they are beyond their useful life could cause the destruction of thriving communities and neighbourhoods. Renovating terrace houses to a 21st century standard can demonstrate that housing market renewal isn't always about demolition. This project is about renovation, or as ecologist David Bellamy says, reduce, reuse, recycle. Here in Newcastle Under Lyme, famous ecologist David Bellamy opens the first 2 of 6 eco-terraces.
But if a community wants to do something, it can do it, but it needs leaders, and my congratulations, you're the leaders, and working with this consortium show that we can solve problems by reducing, recycling and reusing.
Renovating homes designed specifically to tackle the problems of energy efficiency and the negative impact on the environment, whilst concentrating on the balance between the all-important 3 C's: carbon, cash and comfort. The Ecoterrace project has now completed 6 energy-saving refurbishments that have played a part in the national debate about the future of our housing stock.
Right, so it's our pleasure to open this house which people would enjoy owning, renting and living in. A family house, absolutely perfect!
During the course of this award-winning project, there has been an ever-growing interest in how to make our nation's homes warmer, more comfortable and more energy efficient. This short film, along with the project websites and public open days, is offered in the hope of sharing our experience and encouraging more people to consider investing wisely in the future of their house. The initial design concept sought to develop a strategy that could be applied to many of the standard terraced house designs in this period. We hope to create a template that could be rolled out over many more properties. We proposed a strategy of clearing all single-storey rear outriggers and stores, bringing kitchen, utility and bathroom spaces into the centre of the plan, and thereby creating 2 reception rooms, front and back, one connected to the street and one open to the rear garden spaces. This approach reconnects the living room with the garden, simplifies the serviced spaces and improves the aspect of all major rooms. The gathering together of kitchen and downstairs toilet provision is aimed at greater convenience and less isolation of family members, with open-plan living options allowing spaces to flow together. Externally, eco-terrace properties will be hard to spot along the typical street frontage, where the emphasis is on retaining the street heritage while telling a completely different story at the rear. Most importantly, the decision to remove rear extensions allows us to integrate into the designs a range of sun spaces, some 2-storey in height, angled to improve solar orientation. The use of extensive rear glazed walls and doors delivers sunlight deep into the living space, but also opens up a direct connection to the rear garden areas, which traditionally tended to be long, thin yards with extensive outbuildings and overshadowed paved areas. This layered and glazed approach to the rear elevation is expected to deliver worthwhile energy and lifestyle benefits for the residents. The introduction of a lighter and airier interior atmosphere is in stark contrast to the often overshadowed darker backrooms of terraced houses. Internally, many of the plans incorporate new staircases, removing the steep stairs common in such terraced houses. Where possible, the ground floors feature a downstairs toilet provision and an independent utility store to remove laundry activities from the cooking zone. The provision of utility cupboards separates laundry and clothes drying from the open-plan living areas to avoid noise and other contamination. The combination of roof glazing and galleried living to the upper floor bedrooms increases the size and variety of space within a very restricted floor plan. It is also a significant part of the passive solar airflow around the house. Sunspaces combine the attractiveness of largely glazed rooms with the added bonuses of free heat and somewhere to dry the laundry. We were also interested in how the proposals could improve the entire street. Rear alley access is common in Newcastle Under Lyme and Stoke-on-Trent, and we believe that the changes to landscaping that are made possible by removing rear extensions could also improve parking problems in some neighbourhoods. With a design strategy in place that dealt with the challenges set by both the building and the neighbourhood, we felt confident we could tackle a live project and test these ideas. In 2007, a collaboration between Newcastle Under Lyme Borough Council, Staffs Housing Association and Renew North Staffordshire made it possible to invest in 6 properties badly in need of refurbishment. The design team set to work. Through the course of the project, we began to gain a greater understanding of how to create a sustainable approach to housing refurbishment. A balance must be struck between the parts of the well-understood definition of the sustainability triangle: economics, environment and society. On the Ecoterrace project, this has become known as the 3 Cs: carbon, cash and comfort. In the drive to reduce carbon footprints, the framework of regulations and building standards is increasingly seen as leaving existing buildings falling further and further behind energy-efficient targets, such as eco-homes or Code for Sustainable Home. In light of this, the Ecoterrace project sets out to demonstrate just how far the ordinary houses of the 20th century can contribute to carbon emission reductions, while providing attractive and affordable homes, 100 years after they were originally built.
But you know, with the vision you've got here, we can have our cake and eat it. We can put these things back.
It's nice and cool in the summer, actually, isn't it? Upstairs has been really, really warm. The radiators have hardly been on at all upstairs, have they? When it's cold outside and the sun's on there, we can dry wash in it on the balcony there, even though it's too cold to peg it out or use the dryer. So it's...
It is warm up there.
I suffer with hay fever, my daughter suffers with hay fever, and we can sleep really comfortable at night, not struggle with breathing or blocked noses. It's really comfortable upstairs.
The 3 million poorest quality houses have an energy rating of 30 and below. At this level, the annual space heating costs alone can range from £800 to £1,200. A careful combination of measures can potentially reduce heating costs to below £200 per annum. The Ecoterraces project houses without any significant energy measures are at SAP 23, a Band G Energy Performance Certificate efficiency rating. At this level, their annual carbon consumption is running at over 102 kilos per square metre of floor space. When the improvement to eco-homes Excellent Standard EPC Band A would result in a figure of 24 kilos per square metre of floor space, a saving of close to 5 tonnes per annum per house. These homes, if unimproved, present serious health and welfare challenges. If eco-terrace houses are not more comfortable and desirable than conventional refurbished homes, residents will not choose to live in them, and their carbon footprint and energy benefits will remain a theoretical calculation.
But it's completely different to all the terraced houses that I've been in. My auntie lives just over the road, and it's still how it was when it was built. I like the open living. It's nice, it's cool, it just feels fresh and...
People say how nice it's been done, quite different, isn't it?
Yeah.
From any other property on the street, I would say.
Nice, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Really like living here.